At the top of the last bastion of the dreaded Lich King, ruler of the Scourge, and the long-lost son of the former king Theranos Menethil, the war seems to be ending. The Lich King is defeated by the might of the Horde and the Alliance united. But is this really the end of the seemingly infinite Scourge?
Father, is it over?
At long last, no king rules forever, my son.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Without its master's command, the restless Scourge will become an even greater threat to this world. Control must be maintained. There must always be a Lich King.
The weight of such a burden, it must be mine, for there is no other.
Tyrion! You hold a grim destiny in your hands, brother, but it is not your own.
Bolvar, by all that is holy.
The dragon's flame sealed my fate. The world of the living can no longer comfort me. Place the crown upon my head, Tyrion. Forevermore, I will be the jailer of the damned.
No, old friend, I cannot.
Do it, Tyrion! You and these brave heroes have your own destinies to fulfill. This last act of service is mine.
You will not be forgotten, brother.
I must be forgotten, Tyrion. If the world is to live free from the tyranny of fear, they must never know what was done here today. Tell them only that the Lich King is dead, and that Bolvar Fordragon died with him. Now go, leave this place and never return.
The Battle of Minas Tirith is raging, and just as all seems to be lost, the horns of Rohan echoes across the battlefield. To the aid of Gondor comes the Rohirrim of the North to reconnect the long-lost bonds of brothership they once had. Theoden rallies his troops, perhaps for the last time.
Eomer, take your arrow down the flank.
Flank ready!
Gavin, follow the king's banner down the center. Grimbo, take your company right after you pass the wall. Forth, and fear no darkness. Arise, arise, riders of Theoden. Spears shall be shaken, shield shall be splintered. A sword day, a red day, ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now, ride for ruin and the world's ending. Death, 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 death. For Erlingas.
The battle at the Pelennor Fields is ceasing. The might of Minas Morgul is defeated, but yet there is an even greater threat within the lands of Mordor. As a last diverting act, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, along with the armies of men, tries to empty the land of Mordor to give Frodo a chance to destroy the Ring of Power. The question is, will it work?
Let the Lord of the Black Land come forth. Let justice be done upon him.
My master Sauron the Great bids thee welcome. Is there any in this rout with authority to treat with me?
We do not come to treat with Sauron, faithless and accursed. Tell your master this, the armies of Mordor must disband. He is to depart these lands, never to return.
Aha, old greybeard, I have a token I was bidden to show thee.
Frodo! Frodo!
Silence!
No! Silence!
The halfling was dear to thee, I see. Know that he suffered greatly at the hands of his host. Who would have thought one so small could endure so much pain? And he did, Gandalf. He did. And who is this? Isildur's heir? It takes more to make a king than a broken elvish blade. Blah!
I guess that concludes negotiations.
Sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers. I see it in your eyes, the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the West.
Never thought I'd fight side by side with men.
What about side by side with a friend?
Hey, I could do that.
The god king of Persia, the great Xerxes, sends off a messenger to the city of Sparta to negotiate the Spartans' terms of surrender. But will the war end in such a manner?
Let us walk to cool our tongues. If you value your lives over your complete annihilation, listen carefully, Leonidas. Xerxes conquers and controls everything he rests his eyes upon. He leads an army so massive it shakes the ground with its march. So vast it drinks the rivers dry. All the god king Xerxes requires is this: a simple offering of earth and water, a token of Sparta's submission to the will of Xerxes.
Submission. Now that's a bit of a problem. See, rumor has it, the Athenians have already turned you down. And if those philosophers and boy lovers have found that kind of nerve, then... And of course, Spartans have their reputation to consider.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last as king.
Earth and water.
Madman! You're a madman!
Earth and water. You find plenty down there.
No man, Persian or Greek, no man threatens a messenger.
You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Madness?
This is Sparta!
In a dystopian version of London, a free mind is a sanctum. When young Evie gets rescued by a masked man who goes by the name of V, she is intrigued to hear him introduce himself.
I can assure you, I mean you no harm.
Who are you?
Who? Who is but a form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
Well, I can see that.
Of course you can. I am not questioning your powers of observation. I am merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is.
Oh, right.
But on this most auspicious of nights, permit me then, in lieu of the more commonplace sobriquet, to suggest the character of this dramatis persona.
Voila, in view, a humble vaudevillain veteran, cast vigorously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished.
However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vegetation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition.
The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and the veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vicious oas of verbiage verse most verbose. So let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me B.
So, are you like a crazy person?
Got it, boy!
Yeah.
Ja, är det slut nu?